In a world where digital information flows freely across the internet, the need to protect confidential data has never been greater. From personal messages to classified government files, information security is a critical concern. But what if we could hide information inside something as ordinary as an image? Not by locking it with a password, but by hiding it so well that no one even knows it's there. This technique is called steganography, the art of hiding messages in plain sight. And one of the most fascinating ways to do this involves mathematics, specifically the discrete cosine transform, or DCT. In this video, we will explore how DCT, a core concept in image compression like JPEG or PNG, can be used to embed secret messages within images. We will break down the math, simulate the process, and demonstrate how even a single pixel block can carry hidden information. Hello everyone, my name is Ahmad Fuad Lutfi from UIN Wali Songo, Semarang. Please enjoy the video. Steganography is the practice of hiding a secret message within an ordinary medium in such a way that the presence of the message is not detectable. In the digital world, files like images, audio, and video are stored in binary form, that is a long sequence of bits, zeros and ones. Steganography works by slightly modifying these bits in a way that doesn't noticeably change the original file, but allows a secret message to be embedded and later extracted. The embedded message can later be extracted using a specific decoding process, allowing the hidden information to be retrieved without damaging the cover file. Extended ASCII is an 8-bit character encoding system that expands the standard ASCII set, 128 characters, to include 256 characters. It allows the representation of special symbols, accented letters, and additional graphic characters. In this project, we use 8-bit extended ASCII, which gives us a consistent binary length for each character, making it ideal for hiding messages in digital media using bitwise operations. For example, here a random set of bits from a file, and we want to embed the word code into that file. The word code is first converted into bits based on its ASCII codes, and then the last 1 or 2 bits of each byte in the file are replaced with the bits of the word. This technique is called LSB, or least significant bit steganography. But why do we choose the last bits? So, every byte is made of 8 bits. Each bit has a value. The first bit holds the largest value, and we call MSB, or most significant bit. And the last bit holds the smallest, and called LSB. This is the main reason we use the last bit. It allows us to hide information without changing the appearance of the image. So, modifying 1 or 2 least significant bits gives us the best balance between hiding capacity and visual security. Next, DCT is a mathematical transformation that expresses a finite sequence of data points as a sum of cosine functions oscillating at different frequencies. The DCT transforms an image block into a set of cosine-weighted sums, representing frequency components. It allows us to isolate perceptually less sensitive areas of the image for safe data hiding. The general formula of the DCT originates from the expansion of the Fourier series. In practice, DCT is commonly applied to 8 times 8 blocks. Based on the general formula for n times n blocks, the DCT formula for 8 times 8 blocks is as follows. We use 8 times 8 blocks in DCT because it's the standard used in image processing. Smaller blocks like 4 times 4 are too limited and lose the time, while larger blocks like 16 times 16 may cause blurring and are less efficient. 8 times 8 provides the best balance between detail, compression, and speed. That's why it's the most commonly used. Now, we also need to understand the concept of IDCT. Basically, IDCT is the inverse of DCT, a mathematical operation that converts frequency domain data back into the spatial domain. In other words, it restores the pixel values after transformation, resulting in a reconstructed image known as the stego image. IDCT is applied after the message embedding process is done in the DCT coefficients. For the demonstration, we need to understand the step-by-step process of TCT-based steganography on 8x8 blocks. This process consists of two main stages: embedding or encoding, where the secret message is hidden inside the image, and extraction or decoding, where the hidden message is retrieved from the stego image. It's time for the demonstration. We have an image like this. Every image is composed of colors represented by RGB. In an RGB image, each pixel consists of three color channels: red, green, and blue. Each channel is represented by 8 bits or 1 byte, so one pixel contains a total of 24 bits or 3 bytes. The value of each color channel ranges from 0 to 255, which can be expressed in binary form or bits. So, first we divide the image into 8x8 blocks or pixels. Then, suppose we want to embed a message using the text IWSC25 into the image. We start by converting each character into its ASCII value and then into its binary bit representation. Next, we determine where to embed each character's bits within the blocks. We can assign one character per block in any pattern we like, as long as the order is preserved. For example, we can place them like this, or like this. However, to keep things simple, we will embed the entire message into a single specific block like this. Let's assume this block contains RGB colors values represented in the following matrix, which we can separate into 3 matrices, one for each color channel. The message can be embedded into one of the color channels or across all channels. However, once again, to simplify the process, we will embed it only into the green channel. Next, we apply the TCT to the green channel matrix using the formula mentioned earlier, resulting in the following TCT matrix. Then, we round the TCT values and store the difference between the rounded and the original values. I will explain the reason for this later. After that, we perform LSB on the rounded matrix using the least significant bits of each character in the message. In this case, I use the last 2 bits. Here's an example of how the calculation is done. Repeat this process until all 48 bits of the secret message have been successfully embedded into the matrix. Now add the embedded TCT matrix with the difference matrix of the rounded results so that we have the following matrix. Now, we will convert the TCT coefficient matrix back into pixel values by applying the ITCT. And then we have an ITCT matrix like this. The ITCT matrix is then returned to the green channel. When we combine it with the original red and blue channel matrix, we obtain a complete RGB matrix that forms the stego image. A stego image is an image in which a secret message has been embedded. Ideally, the stego image should not look significantly different from the original image to ensure better security. In the previous step, it's important to note that rounding is actually not recommended during the TCT process, as it can affect the accuracy of the transformation. Rounding the TCT coefficients can cause the resulting ITCT matrix to differ significantly from the original pixel matrix. That's why we stored the rounding difference earlier and added it back to the ITCT matrix obtained from the embedding process in order to preserve the original pixel values as closely as possible. If we want to reveal the hidden message from a stego image, we need to perform the TCT process again like before. Now, let's try it using the Python program I created. Here I use the TCT formula directly instead of built-in Python functions. There are 2 parts: encode to insert the cover image and secret message, and decode to extract the message from the stego image. After encoding, the stego image is saved. Then we run decode to reveal the hidden message, which matches what we input earlier. That's the end of our project demonstration. Thank you for watching. I hope this has given you a clear insight into how math and image processing can work together to secure information. See you again next time.